That is from the bottom of the radiator. I noticed that.
I wanted to do a short video about the off-road community in general and how awesome they've been and have helped us along the way. I like to be able to see myself. That was
narcissistic, narcissistic.
Not vain at all. I like to see myself. So when we started this journey, we kind of, not specifically from family or anything, but we had some discouraging comments and feelings from people about it. We actually got more hyped up by strangers than we did about people who knew us. We started off kind of discouraged, but I wanted to say that, like, I feel like we've been doing this for like 8 months, and, like, you know, people are like, well, what are you gonna do if this breaks, or you need, you know, this part, and I mean, just the off-roading community has like stepped up like big time.
Yeah.
Not just, you know, just people helping us, you know, be able to source parts or fix something on the road, or, you know, meeting us somewhere and wheeling with us. So it's been...
Yeah, I went to Green Acres in Oklahoma and had a guy, Jerry, drive all the way up from Texas.
Every time you said that, I hear Elias's voice going, Jerry.
Yeah.
You'll see it in the video about Green Acres, but he's like, Jerry.
Yeah.
And we met this guy, Jerry, here. Jerry. He's from Texas.
Jerry drove up from Texas, and on a Wednesday, you know, we got together at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and wheeled until midnight, which is like probably pretty foolish in some ways, but I like to party. That was a good time.
This was after he works nights, so
yeah, the guy worked night shift and
he worked a night shift, slept, and then came in wheeling with
yeah, so he's like, I'm a night owl anyway, so I got the kids with me, and, you know, I'm camped 7 minutes down the road, and man, we wheeled and just had a blast. We hit some of the hardest stuff there and just had so much fun. Jerry, I really enjoyed it. Hope we get to wheel again together sometime.
And then when we went down the road to Rugged Mountain, we had a couple of nice guys meet us there.
Yep.
Not Jerry, but Barry.
Barry and JD drove up from also Texas. Yeah, those guys showed me around at Rugged Mountain Ranch and showed me all the best trails and everything. And there was nobody there that weekend.
Yeah, so the park was empty that weekend, and so
which is cool. We had it to ourselves, but if they hadn't came,
we would have. I don't know what we would have done.
You know, and I couldn't have found most of that stuff.
And, you know, Barry stayed all weekend, and then plus I had forgotten about this until right this moment, but, you know, so you know, it was busy season for me, and I needed to work, and my internet was like a dead spot in Oklahoma, like nothing on any of the carriers. I don't even know what they use, but they had Wi-Fi at the lodge, and so he let me go up there and work, which really helped me out a lot. So I appreciated that.
And while she was doing that, I went out and broke the drive shaft, and on the first day, set it down on a rock, and it was thin while it crinkled it. So those guys took me back to one of their houses and drive an hour and a half, you know, one way there, one way back, build a makeshift drive shaft out of a drill stem, and had a blast doing it, laughed, made memories and everything. Wouldn't let me pay for the diesel fuel, wouldn't let me pay for the shaft or anything. Had to like force the guy to let me pay for his dinner. So that was Barry. Thank you, man. That was just awesome. You know, awesome weekend made from you guys.
And then we we headed across to Arizona, and our Hitch is has been progressively getting worse and like lower and lower. And I mentioned it several times, and Phil's just like, it's fine. It's okay.
Fine.
And anyway, so we met Bronson and Jess from Wreck Gear, at which we didn't know them beforehand. Philip, just saw his or got suggested his YouTube and messaged him. So we met them at Table Mesa, and then actually we hit it off really good. And so he let us mooch stock at his house for a week.
Yeah. Well, that was before even coming out there. Like, just from a few phone discussions, he's like, "Man, I got a spot for you. You can hang out here if you want to." And that turned out to be just a fantastic thing, our kids playing together, getting lifelong friendships made.
So we get there to his house and notice that like
the hitch is like, I almost lost the camper.
Like, we're lucky to have gotten there. Like, we almost
bad. Wasn't gonna make it much further down the road. Didn't know how bad it was.
It's bad. It's so bad. There's blood everywhere.
Stuck my head up in there several times and looked, and it was just braced so well. I thought that it was just the mouth of the hitch opening a little bit.
But anyway, we did a whole video on that, so we're not going to go into detail. Yeah. But we did get, he made some calls and called his buddies at Southwest Crawlers.
Southwest Crawlers in Chino Valley. Jesse, the owner, and Joe, man, those guys hooked me up. They slid me right in on a Monday, fixed me up. Like, it was extensive, man. I had to cut the whole hitch out the back of the flatbed and everything. They knocked it out. I dropped it off Monday morning. I got it back Tuesday at lunchtime, and way undercharged me. They really helped me out. Yeah, they beefed it up. It's so beefy now.
It rides so well now. It's amazing.
Yeah, and I was gonna upgrade like hitches entirely and change everything. It was gonna cost me several $1,000s, and he was like, "Man, I can fix this and this way and that way, and you don't have to do all that." And he did, and the truck rides better. And Jesse, I really appreciate it. Joe, great guys there at Southwest Crawlers, really nice. And
they're wheelers themselves.
Yeah, they're wheelers, so they get it.
If you're in the area, check them out. They do good work. And this is not off-road in general, but we've had help along the way. Like, we had the tire guy in, where was that? Oh, when we left S'more. Yeah, our tire on the truck was messed up.
I forgot about that. Yeah, I had tire trouble in the truck.
So we stopped at this tire shop.
Yeah, I unhooked the truck and backed in, and the guys probably spent 20-30 minutes messing with it, checking my valve stems, getting it all fixed up, and wouldn't let me pay them or anything. So I tried to slip them some cash.
We'll drop the info for that guy in the comments because but so we've had help along the way. Met some really nice people, and just the off-road community in general is just amazing. And when I met him 10 years ago and really learned about it, that's kind of what drew me in, is that off-road people help each other, like, out on the trails or camping or whatever. And so it's been really cool. And we haven't really gotten that vibe from the camping community, like, only because like we're in the off season and we've been camping with mostly retired people, and so like people, we just stay to ourselves, which is fine. Works for me, really, not for him.
Yeah, I don't meet a lot of friends in campgrounds or anything.
But the off-road, when we go to off-road parks and meet off-roading people, it's always awesome, and it just feels like family.
We're running out of film here. So one thing, or last thing before we go, I changed the radiator at Bronson's house from Wrecked Gear. They let me ship parts to their house and everything, but a lot of people online offered to help me along the way, and it didn't quite line up with everything, but I'm really grateful for that, those folks reaching out and offering to help us.
So we appreciate all the help, and it's so awesome that y'all can take this journey with us. And
yeah, we hope you're enjoying it, and I hope it's entertaining. So thanks, guys.